rainbows and flowers. The great King Sun, who light the world, has many messengers and servants to carry out his wishes upon the earth. Among these is the wind, who can encircle the seven seas, as well as all the lands with his breath. Then there are the sun fairies, whose spears bring the sun's light down to earth, and the sun fairy and the rain fairies, who gather drops of mist from the clouds and turn them into raindrops that water the earth. To these tiny sun fairies and rain fairies, the great King Sun gave the special task of caring for the plant children on earth. Because of this, the sun and rain fairies loved all the little plant children and tried to win their favor. But once there was a wee, shining golden sun fairy who was very young and so thought he knew a very great deal. When he was flying about one day, he bumped into a rain fairy who was blue and cold, having fallen out of a cloud. How blue and cross you look, you poor miserable little rain bringer, the sun fairy teased. Miserable indeed, responded the rain fairy. You are not as bright as you think you are. Why, without us, who would bring rain to the earth? Without us, the little plant children could not grow. As if the plant children needed you, said the sun fairy scornfully. We sun fairies, with our spears of lights, are the ones who help the plant children grow. No, no, cried the rain fairy. We are the ones who help them. You are not, shouted the sun fairy. We are. No, we are. The rain fairy began to swell with rage and to look like a blue bubble. We are. The sun fairy turned red with anger, and his spears began to look like a red hot flame. They made such a hullabaloo that all the other fairies came rushing to the spot to see what was going on. Thousands and millions of light bearing sun fairies swarmed towards thousands and millions of rain fairies who poured down from some drifting clouds. The young sun fairy shouted to his bright brothers, Come, gather and listen. The rain fairy thinks they are the one who helped the plant children grow. And all the sun fairies flashed their golden spears with rage, and the spears glowed red like many flames of fire. Oh, cried the blue rain fairy to his dark brothers. The sun fairies say they are the one who helped the plant children grow. Now, when great King Sun heard their quarreling, he laughed, for he knew better, and he sighed, for he feared they would not believe him if he told them the truth. Summoning the wind, he commanded, Go and blow the rain fairies away, so the sun fairies will learn a good lesson. Then a great windstorm arose in the sky. As the wind blew the clouds away, and for many days thereafter, not a cloud appeared in the clear blue sky. Day after day, the sun fairies flew among the plant children, showering them with sunshine. The days grew warmer and warmer, and the plant children began to get thirsty. We are so thirsty, they cried. We want a drink of water. The sun fairies pretended not to hear. Then the ground became hotter and hotter, and the plant children cried, We are burning, and their little green coats began to scorch, and turn brown. Still the sun fairies paid no attention to their cries. Then all the brooks and rivers dried up, and there was no water anywhere. The plant children turned black and curled up and died, all except the great trees, who were stronger than the rest. When they saw what had happened, they complained to their friend, the wind. Oh, wind, sighed the trees, the rain fairies have not visited us for so long that our little ones have died of thirst. Blow north, south, east, and west, O wind, until you find where the rain fairies are hiding, and tell them to bring us rain. So the wind hurried away and found the rain fairies all hiding in a black cloud above a high mountain, and he told them to hurry down with the rain to help the plant children come to life again. Then the wind blew the great rain cloud down over the earth. The rain fairies leaped from the clouds, splashing great showers of rain over the earth and shouting at the sun fairies, who fled at their coming. You have killed the plant children with your red and yellow spears. We are the one who really give them life. High in the sky, above the clouds, great King Sun watched what was happening. He smiled to himself and sighed and decided that the rain fairies should have their turn and learn their lesson. Day after day it rained. The rain made the earth wet again, and the baby plants started to grow. Soon all the old black and brown and dead plant children were hidden by new green baby plant, which grew well for a time. The rain fairies were very busy making sure that it didn't stop running. It didn't stop raining. After a while, the ground became too wet and turned into mud. The newly grown plant children cried, We are too cold and wet. Now the rain fairies pretended not to hear them. Then the soil got so watery and it began to slide away in little stream of muddy water, leaving the plant children with no covering for their roots. Again the plant children cried, Our feet are slipping. We will drown in all this water. Even then, the rain fairies paid no attention. Then the brooks and the rivers filled up with so much rainwater, they overflowed their banks, and the water spread out in all directions, flooding the land and drowning all the baby plants. Again, the big trees saw what was happening and complained to their friend the wind. Oh, wind, the rain fairies bring too much rain. They have flooded the land and our babies have drowned. Blow the rain fairies away and call the sun fairies back to dry up the water. So the wind blew, and as the clouds scattered, the rain fairies saw that they had drowned all the little plant children, and they were very much ashamed. Now all the rain fairies were flying away. They met the sun fairies coming back. This time they all knew better than to boast and fight. And so they stopped to greet each other in the sky, singing, The plant children need us both. Not too much sunshine and not too much of rain, but both rain and sunshine will make them grow again. When great King Sun heard this, he smiled again, and this time he did not sigh, for he knew that all was well. Indeed, the sun fairies and the rain fairies decided to make peace with each other and each of their share to help the plant children grow. To celebrate their friendship, they danced together in a great arc in the sky, and then something wonderful happened. As the red sun fairies danced with the blue rain fairies, the arc shone with a violet light, just the color of the violets that bloom among the plants on earth. And as the yellow sun fairies danced with the blue rain fairies, a lovely green light shone in the arc, just the green that the plant wear in their stems and leaves. And soon there shone in the arc all the colors of the plant family, violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red, the colors of flowers and fruits and grasses. So it is that it is that the plants on earth flourish when the sun fairies and the rain fairies share the work of caring for them. And when we see a rainbow in the sky, we know the sun and the rain fairies are having a good time together.